Hello everyone, today I'm gonna show you how to make a gum paste mask. First thing, you can either model your own head and create the basic features of the face. Never mind the imperfections, none of that is going to show. You can also use a pre-made mold, like in this case this is a chocolate mold, or you can use a doll's face. Next thing, we're gonna cover the piece with some saran wrap. This is just to protect for the piece not to get attached to, or the gum paste not to get attached to the piece. Not too tight. We have to leave some room for the indentations. Okay. Next, roll out some gum paste. I already have it rolled up. Approximately 3 millimeters. Place it on your piece and start covering and shaping. Leave the gum paste so you can indent the eye sockets, which are the deepest area of the mask. You need to leave your gum paste so when you're doing this, you're not stretching the gum paste, but rather you keep the same thickness all around. Gently, using your fingers, just mark the features. Remember, this is just a mask, it's not an actual face, so you don't need a lot of definition. Be patient. I would add some fondant to your gum paste, something around 20% fondant, and then the rest gum paste, because this really needs to dry very hard. If you put 50-50, it's gonna dry, it's gonna take a long time, first of all, and then it's not going to dry completely hard unless you let it be for a few days. Your fingers are your best tool. Work with the warmth of your hands. This takes time and patience. At the same time, you have to be mindful of the fact that you're working with gum paste, so it's not like you have all the time in the world. But the fact that you have fondant mixed in will give you some leverage and allow you to work with comfort. Now remember, the most important thing is the bottom or the chin area. That's the most important thing. And then you go upwards. This area, would try to keep it nice and smooth. And most of the time, the top will be covered with hair, if that's the case. If not, try to work it out nicely and with a lot of patience. And try to smooth it out as much as you can. So the idea here is to use the front of the face. There's a bubble in there. The bubble usually happens because in this case I needed my gum paste several times in trying to get ready for the tutorial. But if you use it just for the first time, you need it, and then you roll it out, then you shouldn't get any bubbles in between your gum paste. It's looking very pretty. We're not going to be able to get rid of all the folds here in the crown, but we'll work it out as much as we can. With gum paste, you always have to give it another pass with your fingers continuously because gum paste tends to retract. So imagine you're doing a facial on someone. So that's the idea. Very gentle, very smooth. Your fingers are your best tool. Don't really need much besides that. Okay. Alright, so that's pretty much what we can do with our fingers. Alright, now we're going to use the tool. My favorite tool, it's a PME Dresden tool. I use the soft side, and I just start shaping some areas that I just want to highlight a little bit more. Remember, at this point over here, right in this section between the nose and the mouth, what I'm doing is that I'm stretching the gum paste. So we have to go very slowly. We just want to make sure these features are there. But remember, it's a mask, so it's not gonna look very, very well defined as an actual face. Sorry about that. Whatever you mark with your tool, make sure you pass your finger and you smooth that out. You don't want any hard lines on your piece. You want everything to flow very smoothly. There you go. Cannot live without technology. It's all over us. If it's not one device, it's another. The important thing is that we're all connected. Alright, we can spend as much time as we want in here, depending on the amount of detail that you want. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I think I have plenty. Just gonna try to emphasize this part of the mouth and just bring this down a little bit. And from here, we're just going to try to lightly mark the lips. Yep, that's me. Well, thank goodness for internet. Anyways. Alright. That is as much as we're going to do. Now here we just go back because you see, we indent this area, and as we work in some other area, this kind of retracts, so it goes back up. So we have to continue shaping it, because at some point it just stays there due to the fact that it starts drying. Okay. Okay. Now, with a craft knife, we're going to get rid of the excess. Okay. Corner so it doesn't dry. Okay. All right. That's basically it. Okay. Now, here you let it dry for at least 24 hours. Once it's dry, you lift it up. Remember, we have the chin here, so this is not gonna come off. All right, you have to lift it up through here. It'll come off and release. Okay, let it dry for 24 hours. Once it's dry, take it out, turn it around, and put it to dry on a piece of foam another 24 hours so the insert can dry. Alright, and that should be your final piece. Okay, hope this helps. Any questions, just throw me a line. Bye.